Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now to add the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they work this well upfield across the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Somos jugadores experimentados en este terreno.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Raiders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. Some of those, yes, but have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now a play fake. Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Glenn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Nieto perdiendo el Levitown, digo, México.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here about ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's second and 10.
Hey, 33. Here we go.
Now Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play, and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He'll look downfield for Waller. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Vegas.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Carr to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Por lo menos la pedía.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee. And that means 4th down. They run for it with Harris. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? Our defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Quick slant, finding Claypool. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They'll try the left side. McFarland. And this is going to be a Steelers 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's McFarland. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger trying to lay one up deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On play action, now Carr. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Yarda.
3 yards remain for second down. On play action, it's Carr. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Forced out to his left. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
And still a 3-score hill to climb to see if they can do it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Completes it to Watt. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. McFarland. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Anthony McFarland taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Boswell for the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before when you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay. It's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to flash together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Carr going to look to throw. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On second down, Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers are going to take over first and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. He finds his man Johnson. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. Just a good pickup, and it leads to fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. With it is Jackson. The quick feet by Jackson. 13 yards on the return there after a punt of 57. And the Raiders will take over now first and 10. Offense set to get this drive started. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are right back in this football game. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Here's second and a yard. Now Ben. He's going to let it fly. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Pass complete to Ebron. Room here to run. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run.
So often on these RPOs, we see the ball get from the quarterback to the receiver in what feels like a nanosecond. But on this play, he actually cleared coverage downfield a bit before the ball got to him. The net result, though, a considerable gain.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And the kick here will be good, but that doesn't do anything besides maybe make the final score a tiny bit more palatable, as that's how this one comes to an end. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Good night, everybody.
Pero ya la primera mitad del juego estaba asegurado, por lo tanto el banco jugó la segunda mitad. Dominamos el mundo, dominamos tu mundo. los Steelers salen por la puerta chiquita. Del escambrón.
Hay un verso en la Biblia que a veces recuerdo, muchas veces, y dice: el Señor es mi pastor, nada me faltará.
Raiders.